The fourth thought is really interesting because this is where I stopped and I started to think, I wonder. Hey, trackies, welcome back to another video here on TXT Track Time. It's been so long since I've done one of these videos. I'm back to doing daily updates. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. And I have a banger for you in this video. Now, with that said, we all saw that amazing 100-meter race in Oslo yesterday where Talou took the race running 10.75 seconds. Yesterday in my live, I focused on Talou. What does this mean for the medals come World Championships? It's early days yet, but still, she's a strong, strong contender. What I didn't get into is, so what happened to Shericka? So today I'm going to, delve into what could have possibly happened to Sharika. I have to say I really appreciate trackies because they get into the comment section and they engage, in the chat and they let me know their thoughts and their opinions as it relates to what transpired in the race, as it relates to Sharika. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unpack a few of the notions that you trackies came up with as it relates to what could have caused her performance. And then, we're going to debunk it or, see if nothing could have gone so. But you know what track is? You know what they say? Truth is stranger than fiction. So maybe some of y'all are onto something. So let's get into, I have four notions as it relates to the possibilities, of what could have gone wrong in that race. For me personally, track is it was just a race. It was just poorly executed. She didn't win. We move on. It doesn't change, what I believe Shericka is capable of. But anyway, you know how it goes in the sports commentary game. We have to analyze or sometimes even overanalyze stuff. So let's dive into the first reason. So, track is the first reason that some of you all were saying is that, she had a flight delay. And in turn, this flight delay affected her performance on the track. And I'm like, okay, yes, that's possible. However, Antonique Strawn was on the same flight and she ran a personal best. So my thought process is, you know what? Flight delay, getting into the meet late, it could possibly have affected her, but seeing that, Anthony Sean performed so well, I'm thinking that maybe this is not necessarily the case as it relates to Sharika, right? Now, the second thought is that, you know what, she had a bad start and she just was not able to recover from that start. Now, I did unpack my thoughts in the live yesterday as it relates to this whole start notion. In my opinion, when it comes to executing races, sometimes you may get a bad start. That doesn't mean that that's the end of the race. Especially when it comes to high quality athletes, they're able to, get themselves back into the race or run back, for a strong finish. So, when I heard, the notion of, she had a bad start and was unable to recover, my thought process was maybe she would not be able to recover to win, but Sherika's caliber 10.78 so far for the season. She can definitely run back, in my opinion, from a 10.92 finish that was second place by Antonique Strawn. Now I'm going to show you and I'm going to put it up on the screen because I did go back and I looked at the race from a different angle and I wanted to see, what it looked like from the start between Anthony Strawn and Shericka Jackson, right? So this is them getting out of the blocks. As you can clearly see, both Anthony Strawn and Shericka Jackson do not have a strong start in this field. Moving to the second picture now, or the second screenshot. As you can see here, Anthony Strawn said is still down, so is Shericka's. They're still driving at this particular point, but they look pretty even in terms of where they are on the track, right? Going on into the third picture, what I see here is that now we're hitting some lines on the track. Now, when I look at this, actually, Sharika looks slightly ahead of Antonique Strawn. So at this point, Sharika, it has maybe a step or half a step on Antonique Strawn, right? And even when you look into this fourth slide here, you can clearly see that, yes, she definitely has at least a step on Anthony Strong so far in this race. Now, as we continue now, around the 50-meter mark, I would say in this race, if I'm not calculating wrong, maybe 55 meters. You see here where Anthony Strong is making up, some ground, because the next slide will show that, she looks like she's now level with Shericka, right? So now going from her being level with Shericka, Anthony Strong eventually passes her, and then of course, heads towards that finish line where she runs to a new massive personal best for her, 10.9 2 seconds, with Shericka in third place, 10.98 seconds. So Trackers, as it relates to getting a bad start and running back from that start, or still executing the rest of the race and having a competent final few moments in the race, it was possible because as you can see, Anthony Sean didn't get a great start, but she was still able to run back and run a personal best. So Trackies, that was the second thought as it relates to what happened with Shericka in the race. Now, the third thought was that, she had a few bad days in training. She was sore. And as a result, this is what happened in the race. Now, on my live, I did say I'm leaning towards this notion more than any other notion because it would make more sense in my mind as it relates to what happened with her in this race. However, the forethought is really interesting because this is where I stopped and I started to think, I wonder. I didn't think this on the live, but you know what? A few trackies pointed this out in the comment section, and I thought to myself, is it possible? Is it a case where Sharika Jackson is playing possum? No. A few days prior to the meet, Sharika Jackson came out. I guess I don't know on which social media platform because I was looking to see, where she indicated how she was having a few bad days, but I didn't see it. But I'm just trusting the word of Trackies that, she did put that out on her social media that she was having a few bad days, right? So, Sharika now in this quote unquote concept of playing possum is already setting the tone prior to the race that, look here, I'm not feeling good, right? So when I get to this race and the race goes, south as it relates to Jamaica's expectations, right? You already know, or the narrative is already set that I wasn't feeling well, hence my performance. Now, this is the possum part of it, obviously, because Shericka doesn't want to, show her hand. I've been talking about these athletes either not turning up to races or not running how they are capable in races because I believe, that they're hiding their hand. They don't want their opposition or their competition to know what they have to offer. So when I heard this plain possum and knowing what MVP is capable of, I thought to myself, so this could have possible though. So this could have possible. This could have very well be possible. But anyway, trackies. So there you have it. Those are the four notions as it relates to what could have possibly happened to Sharika. Either it's a case where she's playing possum. She just had a bad race. That could be it. Or it was caused by the flight delay, or a bad start and she was just not able to recover. All in all, trackies, I'm not holding this race against Shericka. Obviously, I've already said that, this race to me does not signify what I think Shericka is going to be capable of come trials or come world championships. So for me, I've just moved on already from it. But I found, a few comments that you guys were making very interesting. And I thought, you know what, let's expound on it a little bit. Let's see if something goes up or if it near goes up, right? So as usual, trackies, I know y'all love to engage me in the comment section. So get in the comment section and let me know your thoughts. Now that I've compiled everybody's opinions, I'm thinking this is everybody's opinions, and put it into one video. Tell me what you think. Do you think nothing goes so or near goes so? Or you think, there's a reach and just Jamaicans just don't know when to give up, when to take a loss and keep it pushing? Tell me your thoughts in the comment section. As usual, like the video, come subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.